All right, let's talk about Python. Seriously, it has become one of the most dominant forces in the entire tech world. We're talking about the language that powers everything from your favorite websites all the way to some of the most groundbreaking artificial intelligence. So let's dive into the story of evolution, of power, and what it really means for the future of code itself.
And this quote, right from Python's own official website, it just nails it. It really sets the stage for everything we're going to talk about. See, this isn't just about a programming language. It's a story about a very deliberate, very forward-thinking evolution. To really get why Python is such a big deal today, we have to go back and understand the massive leap it took to modernize itself.
So let's hop into the time machine for a second. The Python that we all know and use today didn't just pop into existence overnight. Oh no. It was forged over decades of development and, most importantly, through one pivotal and, let's be honest, sometimes difficult transition that completely defined its future.
Okay, now what's really fascinating here is the timeline itself. So Python 1.0 gets things started way back in '94. Then Python 2.0 comes along in 2000 and builds this absolutely massive community and ecosystem of libraries. But then, in 2008, the developers made a really bold move with Python 3. It wasn't just a simple update, it was a total redesign. And look at that huge gap, from 2008 all the way to 2020 before Python 2 was officially retired. That 12-year window was absolutely crucial. It gave the entire world of developers the time they needed to migrate all their code to the new standard.
So what was the big deal? The main point is this. Python 3 was designed to fix some fundamental issues in the language, things that might seem small but have huge implications, like how it handled text, making it more logical for a global internet, or even just making simple division work the way you'd expect. Now, these changes broke compatibility with older code, which was a big deal, but they were absolutely essential for making Python more robust, logical, and ready for this new era of global apps and complex data.
So now that we have this evolved, modern language, where did it really start to flex its muscles? Well, one of its first major stomping grounds was web development. And if you think of Python as the raw material, then frameworks are like these incredible sets of Lego bricks, pre-built components that let developers build really complex websites and apps at lightning speed.
And in the Python world, two names just dominate this space: Flask and Django. Flask is kind of the minimalist dream. It's a micro framework, which means it gives you the absolute bare essentials and then it just gets out of your way. Total control. Django, on the other hand, is the powerhouse. It's what they call a batteries-included framework. That means it comes with almost everything you could possibly need right out of the box, from security features to a ready-made admin panel.
And this table really lays out that difference in philosophy perfectly. With Flask, you start small and you add what you need, like a database connection or security tools. It's super flexible and a bit easier for beginners to get their heads around. With Django, all of that stuff is built right in from the start. Its powerful database tools, its automatic admin panel, its built-in protections against common web attacks, all of that makes it incredibly fast for building big, secure, complicated applications. You're basically trading some of Flask's flexibility for Django's raw speed and power.
But here's the thing. As powerful as Python is for building websites, its true superpower in the modern tech world is its absolute and total dominance in data, machine learning, and AI. This is where Python 3's modern design really started to shine.
You know, these terms get thrown around a lot, so let's just quickly clarify what we're talking about. As this diagram shows, data science is the big umbrella. Inside that, you have data analytics, which is all about digging into data to find useful information. That overlaps with big data, which is exactly what it sounds like, working with data sets that are just massive. And then, intersecting all of this is machine learning, which is where we use algorithms to let computers learn patterns from data all on their own. So what does a data analyst actually do? Well, it's a pretty structured process. First, you have to collect all that raw data. Then comes, honestly, the most important step: cleaning it up. You got to handle missing values, fix errors. After that, you can do some exploratory analysis to start finding patterns. And finally, you use visualization, charts and graphs, to tell the story of what you found. It's this four-step process that turns a bunch of raw numbers into real actionable insights. And the reason Python is king in this arena is because of its incredible ecosystem of libraries. Yep, those Lego bricks again. Pandas and NumPy are the absolute workhorses for wrangling huge datasets. Matplotlib and Seaborn make it super easy to create beautiful, informative charts. And when you're ready to start building predictive models, libraries like scikit-learn, TensorFlow, and PyTorch give you all the powerful algorithms that are the foundation of modern AI.
Okay, so we've seen what Python can do, from building websites to powering artificial intelligence. But what about the actual people behind the code? What does the life of a modern Python professional actually look like day to day?
To answer that, we're going to look at some really fascinating data from a recent salary survey with projections for 2025. It focuses on the booming tech market in Brazil, but it gives us a real data-driven snapshot of what this profession looks like right now.
Let's just start with a number that really grabs your attention. Over 16,800 reais. That's the average monthly salary for a senior-level Python developer in Brazil. That figure right there just highlights the incredible demand there is for experienced talent.
And the journey to get there shows some pretty powerful growth. You start around 4,200 reais as a junior developer. Then you can pretty much double that to almost 8,000 at the mid-level. And then you double it again to hit that senior salary. That is a career path with some serious financial growth.
So where are all these developers working? Now this is fascinating. The single biggest group, at almost 34%, is working in data-related fields. BI, data science, you name it. That's actually more than the traditional back-end web development jobs. This basically confirms that Python's superpower in AI and data isn't just some niche thing. It's now the primary career path for Python professionals.
And how are they working? Well, remote is still king, no big surprise there, with well over half working from home. But the survey did note a bit of a shift, with hybrid and in-person roles seeing a comeback. They now make up about 40% of the workforce combined.
Now, this might just be the most stunning statistic of them all. A massive 97% of Python developers are now using AI tools to help them in their daily work. Think about that. AI isn't some futuristic concept or a threat. It's a standard-issue tool, just like a text editor, that is actively making nearly every single developer in the field more productive.
So, after seeing all of this, from Python's history to its power in AI to the really rewarding careers it leads to, you might be feeling a little inspired. And the good news is, there's a pretty clear path you can follow to get started on this journey yourself. And this roadmap lays it out perfectly. See, it all starts with the Python basics. From there, you build up your foundation with the essential math. Not crazy abstract theory, but the practical concepts that actually power AI. Once you have that, you master the data libraries like pandas. And only then are you ready to get into the really fun stuff with machine learning fundamentals. But the final step, and the most important one, is ongoing, building projects. This isn't a weekend course. It's a focused journey over about 4 to 6 months. Right, so the most important takeaway is this. Theory alone is not enough. The absolute best way to make these skills stick is by getting your hands dirty. Go to a platform like Kaggle, find a real-world dataset that you think is cool, movies, sports, finance, whatever, and just start building something. Apply what you've learned, make some mistakes, and learn from them. That's how you do it.
And that leaves us with one last pretty wild thought to chew on. We just saw that nearly every single developer is now using AI as a partner in their work. So it really makes you wonder, as these AI tools get more and more powerful, who's going to create the next game-changing Python library? Will it be a brilliant human developer, a sophisticated AI, or, what's probably most likely, a seamless collaboration between the two? The future of code is being written as we speak. Thanks for tuning in.